the breakout stars of WWE in the year 2025. That's what we're going to go over today. Everyone from the mid-card to the main event, men, women, and tag teams. Going to leave out NXT, but if I were to do NXT, I'd pick Javon and JC Jane as your breakouts there. Let's start with the male main roster mid-card. I'm going to say Dominic Mysterio. Now, Dominic Mysterio has been on the rise throughout the last couple years, but this year seemed like Dom really just came into his own. If you look at Judgment Day right now, it looks like Dom is pretty much the one that is in charge. Him or Liv Morgan, it's debatable which one, but look at where he came from. I remember once upon a time me wanting to be like, just get rid of this guy, get him off my TV. Dominic Mysterio, this is the most Nepo of Nepo hires. I hated the guy. And then he's coerced into Judgment Day, literally bullied into joining Judgment Day, and slowly but surely, he is getting better and better and better. And then in 2025, this was his year, man. This was his year. Not even talking about his stunt in AAA, where he's the mega champion, but just everything from winning the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania against the likes of, who did he fight? It was Penta. It was Finn Balor. It was Braun Breaker, and Dominic Mysterio is the one that walked out. The fans were cheering him. Like, they could have made him babyface right there, and they didn't. But honestly, it didn't matter. The fans were going to cheer him regardless. And then he really starts to lean into the lie, cheat, steal of Eddie Guerrero, and that worked wonders for him. His program with AJ Styles, actually having a feud with a belt. Crazy, I know, and he wins. He's John Cena's his final storyline. He had a 3-week program with John Cena, trading the belt back and forth. Like, amazing stuff. Dominic Mysterio really just, like, something clicked. There's an argument to made for other people, but, like, honestly, just throughout the entire year, I view Dominic as the guy in the mid-card that really stepped it up, and just everyone got behind him. All the momentum now is on Dominic Mysterio, and he is not just a Nepo hire anymore. He is literally the future of WWE. Now, if you want to say like Braun Breaker and stuff, I get it. I do get it. But see, to me, Braun Breaker, they told us from the get-go, Braun Breaker was the, like, you know, he was the future, and now he kind of is about to enter into that main event scene on a permanent basis. For me, it seemed like Braun just kind of gradually did what we were told he was going to do. But with Dominic Mysterio, there were points in his career that you're like, I don't think so. He's not going to make it. Or there are other points when you're like, Dominic's exactly where he needs to be. But now we're like, Dominic kind of, sort of, we're starting to believe that he can be in that main event scene, tussling with everyone. So Dom is my breakout of the mid-card division, the male side of things. Let's go to the females. Who could we go with? Chelsea Green was my breakout star last year of the mid-card women's division. And while she still had a stellar year, she broke out last year. I think last year is when we all saw her brilliance. More people might have jumped on board this year, but it was last year that we were really like, wow, this Chelsea Green, she's amazing. So I'm trying to think who would be a good one. I don't think there's exactly a one-to-one comparison with a women's mid-card person that we have with Dominic Mysterio, but I think Raquel Rodriguez is the best bet right here. While she hasn't had some huge storylines like Dirty Dom has, she has consistently gotten better in the ring and more comfortable. So if I had to pick someone, I would go with Raquel Rodriguez. I think Lyra Valkyria might have a strong case when she was with Becky Lynch, but it seemed like that was more because of Becky Lynch than it was because of Lyra there. I mean, it elevated Lyra, and she did a great job, but I think that was Becky Lynch. And when Becky left, Lyra kind of started going down a little. You could also argue Maxine Dupree, but I would say, yes, this was, all eyes are on her right now. all eyes are on her. This was a breakout moment, but is she the breakout character, the breakout character of WWE? It's a little too soon to see. I think because it happened at the end of the year, I'm having a hard time putting Maxine Dupree over Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez, on the other hand, last year, she was horrible in the ring. I thought she was bad. Might have been ring rust or nerves or something, but something happened, something clicked around, I think it was January or February of this year, where I started seeing Raquel just really confident in the ring. She became a big mommy cool, kind of like Big Daddy Cool Diesel. She took this persona of the big man in the room and really ran with it. But not just that, like what she says and what she does in the ring, her body language has really improved. She learned everything she could from Liv, and then you could see her then just applying it to when Liv had to go away for a little bit. Raquel Rodriguez is now flirting with the main event scene. I don't consider her a main eventer just yet, but I do see her in a good spot where she is now in the conversation, and that's perfectly okay. That's a good thing, actually. But if you would have told me last year that Raquel Rodriguez would be my breakout star, I would not have believed you. I thought she was garbage last year, but know what? She put in the work. She didn't go online and complain that the fans are making fun of her or anything like that. No, she took the criticism on the chin, and she just got better, and that's where she is right now. No one singular moment I can see. I feel, though, that she is the best overall improved. So I'm going to say that 2025 was her personal breakout year. But I can understand Lyra and even Maxine if you wanted to choose those two. But to me, Raquel Rodriguez. All right. Let's do the tag team now. Tag team division. Personal favorite tag team is the New Day. But for one, I got to put my feelings aside because the New Day did not have a good year. But let's be honest, the New Day, they had their breakout year like 8 years ago. So, let's see. Who would I go with? I'd probably say I usually will only pick one team. So this is male or female because I don't feel that WWE spends a lot of time on the tag team division as a whole. It's like when SmackDown's tag team division was hot, nobody else was. When the women's tag team division is hot, both SmackDown and Raw sucks. And the Raw tag team division, I don't remember the last time it was hot. No shade to AJ and Dragon Lee, but like it's not a hot division, and it has not been in a very long time. So who would be the breakout stars of this year? You could say the Wyatts had a really good, like, SummerSlam match, but, like, they haven't really broke out. In fact, a lot of times I forget that they're the tag team champions. I'm going to go Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. They didn't have, like, this super monumentous title reign, but they had a respectable title reign. But the thing that makes me put them as this, like, breakout team, it's a little unfair, to be honest with you, because I'm almost doing it because Alexa Bliss did the impossible in getting Charlotte Flair over. Do you guys remember, do you gals remember how much we hated Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble? And then by the time we get to SummerSlam, we're all cheering for her and just so happy that she's smiling. It's like insane to me, the character turnaround on Charlotte Flair when not much really changed. There wasn't an exact moment in which Charlotte like had this like epiphany where she has to like become a good guy now. No, she just like it just gradually happened. And people like, and it wasn't, and Alexa Bliss did it in such a subtle way as well. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't forced. It just kind of naturally happened where the fans remembered like, oh yeah, you know what? Charlotte is a legend. And it was because of the support that Alexa Bliss gave. Like, really, Alexa Bliss wasn't doing nothing and they weren't really utilizing her, and yet she was still able to do this. And then by making us like Charlotte and be entertained by the characters of Charlotte and Alexa, and just starting to root for them, it in essence raised up the entire tag team division. So, like, there might not necessarily be a breakout star, but, like, I don't know, I'm just gonna have to say that it was Charlotte and Alexa Bliss's team that I would say, if I had to go with any, would probably be them. 2025 doesn't have these breakout moments that like 2024 or years past did, like when Jacob Fatu just burst onto the scene, you know, or Bronson Reed suddenly decides that he's going to tsunami Seth Rollins 800 times. We don't necessarily have that, but at the same time, we have these gradual like slow burn breakouts, if that makes sense. So now let's go. We're going to go to the male division, because the male main event division, because honestly, I thought about this before. I can't think of one breakout star. I really can't. You would have to, like, it would be like Braun Breaker maybe, because like he did spear Roman Reigns after WrestleMania, and then he speared Seth Rollins after SummerSlam or whatever it was. But no, Crown Jewel, when they did the champion versus champion. But honestly, again, like I said in the beginning, like I don't feel Braun Breaker has really broken out, because has he even had a championship title shot since WrestleMania at all in 2025? Like next year might be his breakout moment in the main event scene. I mean, it feels like Braun Breaker has just kind of, you know, like he just has gradually moved up the card, and that's fine. That's perfectly okay. That's how you should do it. Like, but like there's, I don't know. It just feels like, again, they've been telling us he's going to be champion and main eventing WrestleMania, and now here we are where he's about to become champion. And so, like, is that a breakout when they say this guy is going to do it? So if you want to put Braun Breaker because of those spears on Roman and Seth, fine. I know people are going to hate this, but you might say Jey Uso too. Jey Uso won the Rumble. That could be his breakout moment, but in all honesty, though, I don't see it as his breakout moment. Jey Uso's breakout moment was like 2 years ago when he was fighting Roman. When he was fighting Roman at SummerSlam. We're just now getting around to capitalizing on the momentum of Jey from 2 years ago. So it doesn't feel like Jey was really a breakout star of 2025. Maybe he sold the most shirts, I don't know, but like I can't really think of a main event guy. You could, like, Obafemi, like, really seemed the part when he burst onto SmackDown a couple weeks ago. That was like, whoa, dude, this is cool. But like he was on TV for like 3 weeks. I can't, like, that's not a breakout. LA Knight seemed poised. He seemed poised for it, but again, just stop and go with LA Knight. So I really don't think Drew McIntyre, he's already broken out. He already broke out in 2020 when he eliminated Brock Lesnar from the Rumble. That was his breakout year, and he hasn't really done anything here. So and was there anybody new in the main event scene at all? Did anybody new get a title shot this year? I don't see any breakouts. I guess if I had to give it to someone, I guess Braun Breaker. And I know how the way it's sounding, but I don't mean it like that. I love Braun Breaker. Love Braun Breaker. But like I just don't feel he broke out. I feel like I've known all this time that he was the future. We're just now getting to the future. But to me, there's really no breakout stars in the main event male division. And again, that's not saying that the main event male division is like there's no stars in it. I'm saying breakout stars, new blood into this. It just does, like, it's been the same old. Logan Paul, I think, is the freshest face in the main event scene, and every single time he's challenged for the belt, nobody believed that he was going to get it. You pick. You tell me. Is it Braun Breaker, who we knew this whole time since day one of NXT that he was the future and that we're finally getting around to doing it, or Jey Uso, who won the Rumble, who, again, like, we knew about Gunther. What about Gunther? But again, we already kind of known that Gunther was a big deal. So like Gunther just reiterating that he's a big deal doesn't really doesn't mean that he was a breakout. His breakout was, when was his breakout? The Intercontinental title scene. Braun Breaker, Jey Uso, you take your pick. So now let's go to the women's division. People are probably scratching their heads at how I determine things. I never have the rules the same for everybody. I just I take it by case. So the women's is, this one's a little on the tough side. I can understand why someone might say Stephanie Vakir, because she's won a lot of titles. Like, she's won the world title, the NXT title. She's won the, but I'm not really counting NXT on here. And then she won the Crown Jewel title. But the thing about that is, to me, she hasn't really had any storylines to sink her teeth into. She's a great wrestler, but as a character, I don't know. I'm just like, like, what's her only storyline so far on the main roster is her friend of 2 months, Nikki Bella, attacked her, got jealous. That's their whole storyline. So nothing juicy to really sink her teeth into. Phenomenal wrestler, but honestly, I've only really connected with her twice. Once was a Chris Van Vliet interview, so that doesn't count. And the second was when she won the Battle Royal in France and said, wrestling is my first language. I really like that, but there was no real capitalization on that in regards to character and storyline. She won titles, so I can understand why people would want to put her in that. Jade Cargill, you could say this was Jade Cargill's breakout year, but nah, I mean, maybe, but honestly, the fact that she wins the title and then she goes into a feud with B-Fab and Meacham kind of derails any of that. She's done good this year, but honestly, they hyped her up during her rookie year so much. Her rookie year might have been her breakout year, or this might have been her senior year of high school where she was on top, but I don't know if I would say that this was her breakout year. Maybe not. You could argue it. Becky Lynch and Asuka, these aren't their breakout years. They've already established that they're awesome and amazing in the past. They just reinvented themselves. Becky reinvented herself, and no doubt she's the best in the world. We know that, and that's not just me saying it. That's Sports Illustrated. And Asuka remembered that she was so great. So I'm not putting them in there. But this might seem hypocritical, but I'm going to put Naomi as the breakout star of the main event women's division. And you might be like, wait a second, she's been around for 14 years. Yeah, she's a 14-year overnight success story. I'm not sure if it's 14, it might be 12. But this Naomi is so vastly different than the Naomi that we've had in the past. And you might be like, well, what about Becky? Becky's vastly different. No. But the thing is, Becky broke out when Nia hit her in the face. Becky broke out and she was a huge megastar. That's when Becky became a megastar. Naomi was never really a megastar. Last year, I put Liv Morgan as the breakout star of 2024 main event scene, but Liv Morgan had been champion before that. I don't think you becoming champion makes you, that's your breakout moment. It's when your character almost doesn't need the belt anymore. When your character becomes what makes you great and not the title. The championship can make the person, or the person can make the championship. Right now, the championship is making Stephanie Vakir. I need Stephanie Fakir to make the championship. And Naomi, before, she was champion. But, I don't remember nothing of Naomi's first title run. Barely anything. But this Naomi, she just completely went off her rocker, and in a good way, she broke out. This, when it's all said and done, when Naomi's complete career is over, I'm telling you, the majority of people are gonna look back at the proceed with caution era of Naomi and define her with this. With the 2025 and beyond character that she developed this year. That's why I'm putting her as the breakout. I don't care if she's been here for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. This was her breakout year, in my opinion. I think that, I think she did great character work, great mic work, great ring work, great everything work. She was a joy to watch. She was put in a position where Jade Cargill was probably supposed to be the one who came out looking the best, and even though Naomi lost, who became champion first? Who won the Money in the Bank? Who won this? Who won that? Who got everyone talking? I'm telling you, yes, it might seem weird that I'm making Naomi the breakout of the women's division main event scene, but I gotta do it. I gotta do it. She was just so freaking good this year, and again, she changed everything. Totally different person than she walked in 2025 with. And the fans also. It's all about the fans. The fans, we always respected Naomi. We were like, oh, that Naomi, a good hand to have on your roster. But now we're like, oh my God, I can't wait for Naomi to get back. She was so awesome, amazing. She needs to come back and save WWE. So yeah, there you go. Dom and Naomi are probably the two that I'm most confident with. Everybody else, I'm just like, maybe. 2025 was more of a year that we just kind of we placed safe bets. Triple H placed a lot of safe bets. Let's make CM Punk the champion. Let's go back to Cody Rhodes. Let's bring Brock Lesnar in. Get what I'm saying? But so not he didn't put a lot of his chips on newer talent, which is unfortunate, but hopefully 2026 will change. It does look like Trick Williams, Obafemi, Joe Hendry are all about to be called up. So fingers crossed 2026 has a lot more breakout stars than 2025 did. But there you go. Thank you so much. And hopefully the channel breaks out too, because I wouldn't mind quitting that day job and doing this full time. Boys, girls, tell me who your breakout stars are in the comments below, and see you, bye.